What happens if you take a desire for more family-friendly fun, a love for dragons, and the power of PlayStation? You might just get Spyro the Dragon, a series of well-regarded 3D platformers that helped bring in kids and their parents to Sony's revolutionary console. But have you ever asked yourself about the story of these games? Or wanted a video recapping it? Well, let's fix that. Here's the story of the original Spyro the Dragon trilogy. Some time has passed since the Dragon World was reclaimed by tyranny. Spyro and Sparx are making their rounds in the realm's Greenlands, noting that it had been raining for many days. Spyro gets the idea to go to Dragon Shores for some sun and relaxation, the place being a popular vacation spot to visit in all of the realms. Spyro and Sparx quickly enter the Dragon Portal to Dragon Shores, but something seems to be off.
Last one there's a Nork!
In a world away, a fawn, a cheetah, and a scientist mole are experimenting with the portal to gain access to the dragon realm. The cheetah, named Hunter, is worried about the potential danger that summoning a dragon might bring, but is told that such a fearsome creature is needed. Spyro and Sparx fly out of the portal and everyone realizes that something isn't quite right.
Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
You're a dragon?
You got a problem with that, pussycat?
Before introductions are made, a blast of magic destroys the portal. The villainous Ripto, with his minions Crush and Gulp, prepare to attack the group after learning they have summoned a dragon.
A dragon? You brought a dragon to Avalar? I hate dragons! Gah!
The fawn commands a fairy friend to attack Ripto, and the chaos results in the horned imp losing his powerful magic scepter.
Crush! Kill it! Kill it!
The trio retreat as the fawn explains to Spyro the gist of the situation and gives him a guidebook to the worlds of Avalar. It's James Cameron's second worst film. The citizens of Avatar: The Last Airbender leave to spy on Ripto, leaving Spyro to traverse the area and reach the castle in Summer Forest. During his stop in the gem mines, he comes across Zoe the fairy, who's here to help Spyro in his journey. And Moneybags the bear, who is not here to help Spyro in his journey.
Well, dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge. It will cost you 100 of your gems to cross.
Don't get any ideas, Activision. Upon entering Summer Forest, Ripto and his crew take control of the castle. Spyro and Elora, the fawn, introduce each other. Elora asks about the inhabitants of Glimmer, the world that Spyro was just in. Spyro says that he was given something they called a talisman, much to Elora's amazement.
They gave you a talisman?
What? Is it special? I just stuck it in the guidebook you gave me.
Elora explains that the 14 talismans of Avalar contain magical properties so powerful that they can be used to defeat Ripto once and for all. Elora also explains that Spyro can only use the portals to return home and go to Dragon Shores once he has collected all of the talismans. Hunter, having just returned to Summer Forest, questions Spyro's task of finding them, but is scolded by Elora. So it's now Spyro's mission to use the guidebook to find the 14 talismans, in addition to any orbs he should find in Avalar. Spyro then makes his way through the worlds of Summer Forests, completing tasks and saving the citizens from trouble caused by Ripto's rule, and beyond. Spyro even gets the ability to swim underwater. Don't worry about Sparx though, he gets his own bubble. Spyro and Sparx make their way to Crush's dungeon deep in the castle of Summer Forest, when Elora explains on how Ripto and his monsters made it to Avalar. The professor was experimenting with super portal technology and just needed some data to input into the system. Hunter volunteers to enter a number, but Elora tells Hunter to stop immediately.
No, Hunter, don't!
What?
The portal suddenly activates, and Ripto, Crush, and Gulp are catapulted out. Ripto berates his monsters, but quickly discovers his new surroundings.
No dragons. Wonderful.
Ripto proclaims Korra as their new home and himself as the new king, but Elora and crew aren't willing to let the hot-tempered warlock stay. With the professor unable to shut the portal down, Elora tells the fairies to remove the orbs that were powering the portal and scatter them across Avalar. Ripto and company chase after the fairies, leaving Elora, Hunter, and the professor concerned about what to do next. Hunter mentions that Ripto said that he hated dragons, and the group figures that's what they need to get rid of him. The group decides to set up a second portal to the Dragon Realms the following week, connecting the story so far. Ah, in medias res, I see, Insomniac. Spyro and Sparks enter the castle's dungeon and do battle with Crush, where they succeed.
No, Crush!
With Crush seemingly dead, Ripto sends in Gulp to deal with Spyro. Gulp tries to enter the dungeon, but the roof starts to collapse, weakened by the battle with Crush. Ripto and Gulp escape, but with the glow of Spyro's guidebook, the castle of Summer Forest is reclaimed. Meanwhile, Moneybags is guarding the castle in Autumn Plains from Ripto and Gulp, where the two approach the greedy bear and get rid of him to seize the castle.
Boo.
Why, you?
Spyro and company arrive and continue to collect the treasures in the mini worlds of Avalar, where problems continue to harm its people. Spyro even learns the ability to climb ladders and similar surfaces from Moneybags. As the power of the orbs helps the group travel deeper into the castle, Spyro acquires all of the talismans and travels to the castle's overlook to fight Gulp and defeat Ripto once and for all. Ripto, convinced of his conquest of all of Avalar, rewards Gulp with a fairy snack. That is, until Spyro swoops in and torches Ripto's behind. Spyro defeats Gulp with the help of Elora, where the final blow causes Ripto's throne to collapse into the abyss below. Elora tells Spyro that the castle in Autumn Plains is now free and that she wants to reward Spyro with some rest, as some fairies bring in a chair and an umbrella. Elora tells Spyro that they are working on the super portal to get him home, but Spyro is ready to rest for a bit, and plus he needs to work on his tan. How else do you expect his scales to get that color? Elora leaves, but Spyro interrupts his lounge time to follow her, worried that something may not be right. Elora, the professor, and Hunter are in the castle grounds of the Winter Tundra, where they are trying to get the super portal that caused all this trouble working again to send Spyro home. Ripto attacks the group and steals the power crystal the professor was using to power the portal in place of the orbs.
After I destroy you all with my new scepter, I'm going to rename this place Riptonia!
Spyro arrives where Elora tells the purple dragon that Ripto is still alive. Spyro continues to check in on the peoples of Avalar and collects enough orbs to break the seal.
Defeat of Ripto is only moments away, right? Right?
With the new scepter in hand, Ripto is ready to wreak havoc on the creatures of Avalar. Spyro comes in and challenges Ripto to a battle, where the fight begins. With the power of the orbs granting him special abilities, Spyro defeats Ripto and all of his magic tricks and reclaims Avalar from his rule. Spyro enters the courtyard a hero and is rewarded in a smooch, gems, and a trip to Dragon Shores. The citizens of Avalar bid the dragon farewell for now, leaving Spyro to finally enjoy his vacation in the wake of a destructed kingdom to rebuild.
Come on, Sparks. We've got a lot of vacation to catch up on.
At Dragon Shores, Spyro enjoys the attractions, plays some games, and chills at the sunny beaches after a long journey through new worlds. After ridding Avalar of all its troubles, the magic of the orbs gives him the ability to shoot gigantic fireballs for a short time, making do of any monsters or wizards that come his way.
Yeah, look at me go, son! Woo!
In the end, Crush and Gulp find new ventures to take, Moneybags gets eaten by a dinosaur, Spyro has a talk with some black sheep, Ripto spends the rest of his days being tortured by dragons, and Spyro, Sparks, and Hunter return to the Dragon Realms ready to take on a new adventure when one should pop into the scene.